I ended up moving here, and when the hurricane happened, it was like right after I got here, Andrew hit, and I saw that all those towers had been destroyed. And I thought, what a great idea to like rethink them and make them more than just a tower, like make them special. The whimsy and the color and the stuff that Horowitz had done. So I came up with this project, and I did a lot of drawings, and I shared them with Tony Goldman, Craig Robbins, Neeson Kasdan, Galbit, I mean, everyone. So I went out there, I was like a salesman, like, look at this, why don't we do this? Trying to get some money to support it. So in the end, Neeson, Roger Carlton was the city manager at the time. He said, let's do this. I worked with the ocean rescue people in terms of how big the cab should be, how to enter the cab, but they all had pretty much the same size, volume, surrounding platform, exit from behind, stairs in the front. So everything was based on sort of a logic program that they had given me. And then beyond that, they had already seen some of my ideas and basically said, go for it. We built 5 of them on Loomis Park, just the 5 original ones. And they got a lot of attention. They became somewhat iconic. A lot of travel guides put them on their covers, and it was really fun. It was like instant, like, what a great idea. How perfect. And so it was a simple idea that had a lot of, I think at that time at least, a lot of attention, got a lot of attention, and became somewhat representative of the emerging South Beach scene. After that, to the chagrin of everyone, the Ocean Rescue kind of took it upon themselves and started building others that looked like it but really were not. And a few people in the community, this was like eventually in the 2000s, basically said, these are not, we're going downhill, we're not going uphill. So there was a real push to encourage the city to go back to looking at Lifeguard towers as being something that could be in the public space and would sort of give Miami Beach their own identity and maybe give it, bring it up a notch. So in 2013, we were commissioned by the city to go back to our original designs and rethink them with Ocean Rescue, which now had, other qualifications, other ideas, and at that point, the towers throughout the beach were really on their way out, so they really did have to be replaced. The ones that we had done in the early 90s, they were now 25 years old. When Levine came in, Levine, I guess it was I forget who his city manager was at the time, they saw it and they were like, oh my God, this is really interesting, because we had done all the boards, et cetera, a lot of renderings. And so Levine, coming from a sort of a advertising, he had done a lot of work with cruise ships, he thought this is perfect. So they commissioned me to work with the city, and they ended up replacing pretty much all of the towers and replacing them with what we had created 6 prototypes, kind of riffing off of the original design, and then came up with 6 very distinct color palettes. So it was sort of like paper dolls, where we kind of dressed each one in a different outfit. So each one had its own outfit. So we came up theoretically somewhat with 36 different, very unique towers. It got to the point where it was even further, I guess for Mayor Levine, it was an idea of further branding the city. And so even now, if you see the buses that go around the city, the free trolley, all of them have pictures of Lifeguard towers. So they've become a bit of an identity for the city.